Hi Libra, welcome back to the channel. It's me Anisa from the Inner Stereo. So today we're going to be looking at your love messages. It's a general reading, so the roles might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if it does, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for the extended and personal reading with me. Okay, let's do this. So as usual, Libra, this is going to be a you versus them format. We're going to be looking at your overall energy, challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? In your overall challenges here, you got the Four of Swords. It seems as if like life just can't seem to be giving you any sorts of break. I feel that your mind right now is being activated by 100 and you can't stop overthinking about things. Whenever that Four of Swords is coming out in the overall challenges, sometimes, oftentimes we find ourselves having the difficulties to sleep. So you might want to check your sleep schedule here, Libra, because if you feel that you are feeling aggravated, you feel slightly annoyed, or you have been having a lot of brain fogs or mental fogs happening lately, this might come from your sleep, okay? Now, in the past, this person has the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. From your side, you have the Knight of Swords and the Hermit. There is somebody here who is shouting your name from the rooftop and trying to make you see and make you convinced that this person loves you very much. It's a very charge up type of situation. But I do feel that in the past you were having troubles and you were having a lot of trust issues when it comes to this person. The Queen of Swords is a card where she doesn't want to deal with any sorts of bullshit. You know what I mean? The Queen of Swords, which is you, yeah? You're a Libra, so this is you, isn't the type of person who is going to be swayed by beautiful words, beautiful promises, and etc. Because you, the Queen of Swords, always looks for patterns. Okay? And if this is a situation, sorry, if this is a situation that you have been dealing with for quite a while, you have started to see the patterns way more clearly. Why? Because you are getting more mature and mature. You've learned a lot of lessons throughout this years when it comes to relationship and connecting with another individual. So instead of trusting their actions, let's say for instance, this person suddenly, making you a grand proposal, whatever, in front of Eiffel Tower or something, or this person just keep on throwing you with sweet words and yada yada yada, you're not going to believe that. Why? Because you are a Queen of Swords. Regardless of your gender, you are a Queen of Swords. You are somebody who relies on pattern recognition instead of anything that is superficial or anything that is just at the moment, which is beautiful. A lot of people need to be that Queen of Swords. Anyway, in the present moment, they have the Hierophant and the Four of Cups. You got the Five of Swords and the Ten of Cups. You're done with this person's bullshit. I have a feeling that this is somebody that you've been dealing with for quite a while. If you're single and ready to mingle, you might want to have, or you might be meeting somebody that you're considering or you're thinking of building a relationship with. This person could be a Cancer or have Venus in Cancer. So if they have Venus in Cancer, it could be a Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, or Libra. Or it could be a Taurus here too. But anyway, yeah, if you're single and ready to mingle, there might be somebody here who interests you. Now, in the future, this person has the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. From your side, you got the Devil and also the Justice. You have been going through a lot of divine intervention lately here, Libra, which is good. Because you're no longer wanting to be dealing with situation that wreaks havoc on your nerve system anymore, you know? And you're starting to realize that the most expensive thing that you can own right now is your inner peace. And anybody who wreaks havoc on it, you're just not going to be dealing with that. And I feel that this person that you've been dealing with for a very long time is finally going to come to understand that you are no longer having it. Okay? Let's clarify your reading here, Libra. I want to clarify the Hierophant and the Five of Swords. Queen of Wands in reverse. Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. You could be dealing with either a Gemini or a Virgo, because this Queen of Wands in reverse shows up again. That's interesting. Why do y'all deal with people who are all about themselves? Because Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody who feels that they deserve being chased, you doing everything for them, like that type of thing, you know what I mean? Because I'm very beautiful, I'm hot, I am successful, because they have this deluded big sense of ego where they feel that if you were to do something grand for them, they feel that they deserve it, you know, they don't need to really appreciate it. No. Clarify the Five of Swords, Queen of Swords, Magician, and the Knight. Look at you. That pattern recognition thing. You got them figured. Like, you got them figured. That pattern recognition thing is crazy. You want nothing to do with this person anymore. I don't even understand why this person is still in your energy, to be honest with you here, Libra. Now they're trying to focus also on their independence and also their financial stability and etc. I feel that this person might be having a little bit of a problem when it comes to that, either in their health or in their work or businesses or study. And I feel that this person is using that also as an excuse to be, you know, what I mentioned earlier. But you got them figured. It's like on top of everything that is happening to me, I still am willing to connect with you, Libra. You should be glad. I don't know why I'm so sassy in this reading. Is it because I'm now embodying your energy of the Queen of Swords where I could pattern recognize something? I don't know why I'm so sassy in this reading. I did Virgo and I wasn't sassy, you know what I mean? I don't understand why I'm so sassy right now. Okay, clarify the Four of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Five of Wands, Hermit, Ten of Swords, let's see you, Princess of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and also the Tower. You know what's interesting is because you have recognized, here's the thing, people can change, yeah? People can change. I believe that you've changed too to become a better person. I also have changed. I'm not going to be narcissist to say that, but like I'm proud that, you know, I'm a better person in some aspect of my life. You, because you've been judging, you've been, you know, recognizing their patterns early, so you've put some sort of label to them when they are showing up with the energy where they are a bit wise, where it breaks what you believe about them, it stresses you out. Because now I feel that there's something here about their energy about I'm not going to be, you know, showing to Libra that I look weak. I'm not going to be showing to Libra that, you know, whatever Libra think of me or whatever Libra is doing is going to affect me in a way that Libra want me to. So you could be seeing this person either thriving or having a little bit of a glow up or etc. because they're trying to, like, I'm not going to show weakness to Libra. Okay, let's see the future. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords and the Devil. Clarify the Ten of Swords. You know what? I'm going to clarify all of them before I speak too fast. Okay. So how the table will turn here, Libra. The word that I was looking for in the past was petty, from this person's side. There is a little bit of a pettiness level here. Now, the thing is, I have two Libra best friends that I've been friends with for over 2 decades of my life. So it's more than half of my life, you know what I mean? And I do know that Libras have their fair shade of pettiness as well. So that's why I said how the table will turn here. They did know that you have that side in you too. So, what I do see happening in the future is the fact that I do feel that eventually this person is going to, because this is going to stress the hell out of them, you know what I mean? Like they're more stressed out than you are. Whatever it is that they're trying to put in their front about like them doing well, this doesn't bother them, this doesn't get to them, and etc. It's not the truth. And eventually in the future, because this person stresses the hell out of you, you stress the hell out of this person. And this person is going to show up in your energy in the future, expressing and also proposing something that is brand new. And you like it, you want to work for it. But there's that side of you who is being a bit petty in the future. So be careful about this, yeah? Now, Ten of Swords from their side, clarified by the Six of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and Ten of Wands. They're like, you know what? Like, I don't want to have any more drama. I don't want to have any more fights, arguments, and all that. So I'm just going to be doing what Libra wants me to be doing. You, Justice, clarified by the Strength, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Swords. There's that sense of finally me getting what I want. I've been very patient about this for quite a while. Now it's time for you to start feeling what I felt. Be careful about this one, yeah? Be very careful about this one. Because eventually I do see you getting what you want, but try to tone down that, oh, in the past you tried to make me jealous. Look, I'm going to be making you jealous in the future too. Oh, in the past you were not prioritizing me over your family. There's something like that. Be careful about that, yeah? Because I see you getting what you want here, eventually in the future, Libra. Anyway, I'm going to take this to the extended and we're going to be clarifying a whole lot there. But now let's get into your advice session. What's the advice for Libra, please? So you got the moon, the star, and you have the Seven of Wands. Okay. That's beautiful. Because I feel that you have been avoiding your feelings for quite a while, and it's time for you to go back to it and start embracing you for who you are. You know what I mean? Like you get your wish fulfillment eventually, that's fine. There's going to be a point in time where I do feel you reconnecting with yourself and you're going to be loving yourself harder. Now, you got the Seven of Wands in here, and every time this card shows up in an advice session, it advises the person, okay, to start advocating for themselves, but in a very direct way. The Seven of Wands in this deck of mine is very direct. So if you want to advocate for yourself, if you want to, because here's the thing, a strain in the relationship, a problem in a relationship is not going to get fixed by one simple conversation. Just because somebody apologizes, just because somebody says sorry, it's not going to be fixing the hurt, especially if the hurt was so severe, right? You have every right to advocate for yourself when it comes to expressing yourself about the messed up that this person did in the past, but do it in a very direct manner. Let's say, for instance, they do something that triggers the memories of the past to come back. Say to them, I don't like this. I'm starting to feel unsafe the way that I did in the past. And If they love you, they're going to stay there through the process of you healing from it. Okay? If they're not the right person, they're going to be like, didn't I say sorry already? Why you keep bringing this up? Like that is, then there you know that this is not somebody who is going to be with you or accompanying with you healthily throughout your journey, healing journey processes. Okay? So I think that is it from reading for you here, Libra. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys been looking for, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.